2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. We're at beautiful Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles. I'm Luke Orwell alongside Rich Beam, and this opening hole's as about as soft as this course gets.
It's the only hole that is a gift on this golf course. 503 yards, par 5. Tee shot sits well above the fairway, and once you find the fairway or any of the surrounding areas, the only real danger is that gaping bunker in front of the green. You want no part of that for any of the pins. I have to say, Luke, this is the ultimate easy hole, starting hole on the PGA Tour, because after it, the other 17 aren't easy whatsoever. You need to make 4 here or less to get yourself in a good mood. If you make 5, you're going to be a little cranky.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's see how it unfolds. Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Yeah, he's got 190 all the way back here.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. That might be one club too many. I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
A bit too much club there.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. This putt is about 10 feet from the hole.
Little birdie look in here.
This one has eyes for the hole. Well, that's a lovely way to get going. They've already started this event under par.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with the...
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
Yep, that one's on the... It's got a chance. That will work on a roll here with back-to-back birdies. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies move in the right direction there, Luke.
At -2, going along nicely today. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
A fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. Going with the 8-iron here.
Needs a little ground help to the left.
Oh, terrific approach and a chance for birdie here at the third. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it. Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
And that will drop in for birdie.
This player is putting for fun.
Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
And that was a bit of a misfire. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again. Better than most.
Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Game of the 7. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
Putting for birdie. Not a bad line, this. And with that, that's their 4th birdie. And that will take him to 4 under.
Right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole.
Opting for the 5-iron. Oh, well played. We'll now move over. Always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Ouch, that hurts. That's disappointing. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
A bit too much pace on that one. Looks good off the blade. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it, but again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Great touch. Really nicely played.
Great touch.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Currently at -3 for the event. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose your own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flag stick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Wow, what happened there?
And coming up well short.
Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill, deep.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole. And this putt to move into a share of first place. Oh, how about that one? And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Well, a lovely position for this player, Rich. Tied for the lead as they make the turn.
Yeah, exciting position, isn't it? You'd rather have the lead on your own, but listen, tied for the lead, pretty good spot to be in. They're going to have to work to earn this victory.
That's tidy. Second shot here on the 10th hole.
That dog will hunt.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. I don't mind the look of this. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Let's return to live play now. Sitting at 5 under for the day. Outright first here. Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. Oh dear. Can he get out of here?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the sand.
12 feet to the cup coming up.
This is what they have left for par.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This one for bogey. Looking good. Oh, just missed that one. I don't want to drop any more shots. Let's make this for double. Currently at -3 for the round. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par fours, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Going with the hybrid. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot. And here we are with the third shot. He's currently tied for the lead. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And that should secure the par on this one. And this is a familiar sight. Jon Rahm leads this tournament. Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left. Requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
That's a touch of class. Terrific little chip.
Judging it beautifully.
Just one off the lead after that hole. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Opting for the 6-iron. A nice approach shot there. Pin away. Well done. Take the birdie. And that will take him to 4 under. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a lean fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
I'm pretty sure they had their sights set on hitting the green there.
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Love watching this player around the greens.
The putt drops, now at 4 under with just a few holes to play.
Hang on to your hat, folks. We're on for a wild ride.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Well, that's a handy shot. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
Just didn't drop. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. As we move along to the next hole, they're currently tied at the top of the leaderboard with Jon Rahm. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
Nicely done. That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. Getting ready to play their third. He shares top spot. Atta boy, good shot. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. It's on a good line. And down it goes. And that will take him to 5 under. And as we move along to the next hole, they're currently tied for the lead with John Rahm. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome-looking second.
That's some good golf right there. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 190 yards.
Going with the 5-iron here. Yeah, that was a safe play.
Made birdie on the last, looking for a second in a row here.
This putt for him to win the event. Go on, get in the hole. Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
And I got to give props to my boy in the booth, Rich Beam. I think you picked this one at the start of the week, didn't you?
Luke, it wasn't a